doing well and a good weekend. Yeah, so today we want to talk about strategic development to lead in your industry. And basically we want to talk about what kind of measures or what kind of strategic measures can be put in place to be able to develop to that level. You know that in every industry, whether it's technology, textiles, whatever it may be, accounting, we all know that there are companies or there are people who are leading in that industry. Yeah, we all know that. Whatever industry you can think of, there are probably some names that come to mind because they top or they lead their industry. If you think about let's say something that we all know. If you think about music, yeah, there are certain artists, that would come, at the top of your mind, whether it's on like a national level or international level, because they're just, top of their game. Yeah. So today we want to just talk about what those strategic development things that we can put in place to make sure that we come to a place where we can be recognized in the industry that we are in, because I know for sure that for someone or for some companies to get to that kind of level, it's not something that happens over time. I mean, that happens how can I say, that just happens. People have actually put in certain measures in place to ensure, that their companies get to a certain level. Yeah. So for me, the first one that really comes to mind for me would be having a vision. I think when you have a vision of where you're going, then you know exactly what you have to do. Yeah. This morning I was listening to something, and they were mentioning that you can't have like $1 million dream with a certain work ethic. It's like your work ethic has to match what you want to achieve. Yeah. But then it comes from a place of knowing this is where I would want to go, this is where I want my company to go. So I think having a vision and making that vision known to even to the people who you're working with. And I think here at Moracle, one of the values that we have, one of our standards is that we work with one goal. Yeah. So it's just important, we know the goal, we know the vision that we are under, and you work with one goal. So I think for me, having a vision is very important, and making sure that everyone knows that vision, everyone who is coming to work in there knows that vision. And I also think for me, the second thing would be organization. I think being organized. I think when it comes to, if it comes to like industries, especially comes to companies, when you go to a lot of these companies that are really, really, leading their industry, you find a certain level of excellence, a certain level of organization. It's like, if you're going to, let's say, into the business, and it's you're going there physically, you find that even from the way you're welcomed, from the way that you're treated, from the way, like, everything has a certain level of organization. It's more like everyone knows exactly what they're doing. There's certain measures in place to know that, okay, if this is what you need, this is where you go. Yeah, so I think for me, those would be the two things for me: having a vision and making it known to everyone, and that organization. Yeah, I feel like most of these companies have, they have some kind of culture, they have some kind of organization. I remember Mola mentioned something about how when when Moracle was still, when you still had to go to the physical office, how you'd always have to come dressed in a suit or things like that. So you find that a lot of these industries, when you go there, like even your dress code, like that's how organized, they are, to the point of even your dress code, is determined. You have to look a certain way, you have to dress a certain way, you have to speak to people a certain way, and you find so many times these people are even training their employees, to understand that this is how we do things, in this place. So I think for me, yeah, those will be the two of my head. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just allow anyone else who has something to share about this can just go ahead and share.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Morning, Sapindele. Hi.
Hi, good morning. Hope you are doing great and you had a good weekend. So, yeah, I was thinking about this topic. I think one thing that a company has to really invest in is research and what you call it, the, development. You have to always, even you have a team, even have a person to just specifically do research about what is new in the market, what other companies are doing, and what are the customer needs, even the future needs of customers. I think you have to uh, have this culture in the company that everyone is always researching and thinking and going through different new things, different companies. What are they doing? You of course, as you said, uh, a leader in the industry that is, a big company that you can always have it as your model, and think of and search about how they are doing things, and how you can not copy them, but how you can um inspire from them, and do what's best for your company and for your clients. So I think it's what came to my mind, that by having this culture of innovation, you are willing to always be creative, innovative, and try to improve your products. And I think the thing that helps it is doing research. Even I think having a product manager is helpful. And what I studied in college was industrial engineering, and we had I can say specific courses about product management, and I think it's important for a company to have someone in that area, or have someone to search about it, and always try to uh, predict what's happening in future, what's the client's
Yeah.
needs, and I think it's a good strategy. So yeah, that's what one thing that I thought about this topic.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sapide. Thank you. You actually reminded me of another thing that I think is also very important, which is quality assurance. It's kind of connected to what you were saying. Making sure that, either if it's a product or a service, there is always that quality assurance to make sure that the product that you're rolling out on the market, or the people, or the service that you're giving, that it's good. And I know that, when you're building software, there is something that they always call, testing. It's part of the phase of like software development, where, you don't just develop it and then roll it out. It's actually a phase where, people take time to actually have people test out the app, test out the software to see, the functionality. Maybe is someone taking long to find where this particular button is? That means that that's not, a very good interface to use. So I think it's very important that even us, that's something that we can borrow from that particular industry, that, you have to be able to test things out, to make sure that, that the quality is good, so that, that if you have been having a certain quality of your product, it always has to be that quality, not today it's this and then maybe the next year it has gone down. Yeah, so I think also quality assurance is a very important thing, yeah, to have. Yeah, anyone else can go ahead and share.
Hi, good
Yeah.
morning. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Hope you are doing good and hope you had a great weekend. Happy New Week, by the way. So, like today's topic, strategic development to lead your industry. So, the thing is like strategic development simply means like analyzing internal and external environments and to find the resources which are available and to stay competitive and successful in the market, we can say. So like in order to build like competitive, like what a structure of the company, we need to have some kind of strategies which will enable to stay like successful in the market, we can say. So there are some kind of strategies which we need to follow. The first thing is like as a personal uh, strategy, I can say that we need to understand the market first of all. See, like we have many clients who are dealing like which we are dealing on Xero, QuickBooks, Sage, Spotlight reporting, these things, right? So, like, if you are only doing Excel and those other things, like, it won't be suitable for the clients which you are dealing. So, the thing is, we need to understand the market and what are the updates on daily basis, on monthly basis, on yearly basis. We need to look onto that. So, yeah. Uh, and the next thing is like we need to evaluate the threats which will come in the future, we can say. So like as you have seen, like AI artificial intelligence has been like what it is, coming very fast, and it's been developing very fast. So we need to learn more skills in order to be competitive in the market, we can say. So and the next thing is like we need to plan our strategies for the next 5 to like 10 years, we can say. Because the change happens between like 5 to 10 years, so we need to plan now itself. Like if you plan now and if we move forward into next 5 years, we will not have any problem. But if you don't have any kind of strategies and if you don't have any things which we need to do, like we don't know like how to move forward and how to take our company into a good position. Yeah, it's like that. And yeah, we need to plan like that. So next thing is like we need to adopt the flexibility. Here we can see we are working on remote basis, and like many companies are having uh, what you can say, like many companies uh, are giving hybrid working also, we can say. Like weekly we need to go to office, and we need to sometimes we need to stay in home and work. The thing is like we need to adapt the flexibility what companies are offering, and the software also. Like we have many softwares, right? And we need to flexible with the software also. So like when we have the plan and when we have the strategy, like in order to develop and find a pathway to improve the company and be productive, we can say. And the next thing is like we need to follow IT also, information technology, because as we have seen, like AI plays an important role nowadays, we can say. Because like see, we are before 2020, like nowhere, no one is having Zoom meetings and Google Meets, nothing, right? So here actually now we are working online, on remote basis. So the thing is like we need to plan it before itself, whatever it may be. Like I don't know how Moracle worked before, but now we can see like we are working on Zoom and those things, right? So like we need to plan according to that and work according to that. Yeah, that's all I want to say. So there are many strategies which we need to develop, but as a beginner I want to add this, like I want to add like overview of this. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sukesh. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, anyone else can go ahead and share.
Good morning. Oh, Ritika, you can go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Alec. Yeah. Hi, everyone. So, what I think about strategic development and like to lead in your industry, in whichever industry you are working. First of all, I think the strategic development is really necessary if you want to succeed in your business and to like stay in business for the coming years or in futures as well. And for that we need to do the first of all we need to do the market analysis, like what kind of market you are operating in, what your competitors are doing, how what is your market share, and what are the market trends recently going on. So all these things helps to analyze your situation, what kind of situation you are currently in, and basis of that you can like develop your strategies, succeed in your business, and to uh, grow continuously in the coming next 5 years, 10 years as well. So if we take an real example, I think Nokia is one of the biggest example. Nokia was like a really big company and was really popular among the people. So, but later on when smartphones came in and Samsung launched their smartphones and others, so Nokia didn't like take up to those strategies and didn't like realized its market situation and changes technologies, and it continued to like its old technology. So that what it it failed to grasp the market later on when the customer shifted to the smartphone technologies and when new technologies coming in. So that's where Nokia like fell out of its business and it lost its market share as well. So I think the Nokia there failed to like do the strategic developments and to guess ahead like what are the changing markets in. So I think that the biggest failure of Nokia, which they could like have saved themselves from if they had done like market analysis, the like competition, changing technologies. So if so I think that if they had strategically developed their strategies and their vision missions along with the changing environment, that could help them. So for strategic developments, we could do like use different strategies like SWOT analysis. We can do Porter 5 forces and Pester. Like these are different business modules we can use develop business strategies as well. So these modules will help us to like analyze on not only ourselves, not only our internal organization environment, as well as they will help us to analyze the external environment as well, like our competition, like our competitors, what are the legal situations, political situations, like countries, economical, environmental conditions. All those things also will help. So these are the different strategies we can use, develop our organization strategies, and also along with that, I think an organization must have some vision and mission as well. Like they should define them clearly so that they can get a clear outline of what is their purpose, why they are existing, and that will also help them give a direction as well, like where they need to go in the next 5 to 10 years. So for that, they can also use KPIs, key performance indicators, that will help them measure a time to time, like whether they are going in the right direction, whether they are achieving whatever they are they have planned, which have they budgeted. So all these things, I think they will help to develop strategies and stay ahead of their competitors as well. So I think those all strategies developments will help any organization to lead in their industry and get one step ahead of their competitors. I think that's all from my side. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ritika, for that. I want to also come in quickly just to add another, another maybe side to this conversation. And I think that maybe another way to strategically, lead in your industry is to be part of different networks that are there in your industry, because I think when you're associated with other players, other actors in your industry, you're able to learn from, all of them, you're able to understand how the industry is evolving. You're able to know what are the new developments in the industry, how are people doing things differently, and then also try to probably, just maybe not copy, but also adopt some of those practices in your own company, in a more strategic way, because then you know what they're up to, what can you make better, how do you remain competitive, how do you develop your products or services in a way that is differentiate you from what everyone is doing, So I think being part of these networks, these existing networks, is quite another strategic way to remain, at the top of the game, because then you know what is going on. You cannot be caught off guard, if I could say. I know it's true that you will never know exactly everything. Someone will not come and tell you exactly everything that they're doing in their company and give you all these ideas. But I'm just looking at a case where maybe there's a conference or a webinar or some event that is organized in your industry, to address specific issues that you probably also focus on. Let's say maybe for us as accountants here, maybe there's an annual conference where major leaders and actors in the accountancy and finance sector usually meet. You're able to meet with these people and also learn from them, and then get to know how things are done differently, how things are done in different parts of the world. So I think also this could be another way for you to keep learning, to be informed and know what is going on, how are people doing things differently. It could be just not a new thing, but that has probably not been introduced in wherever you are located, where your business is located. And so you can also just bring that to this, to your company and introduce it in your area of operation, So I think that's something I wanted also to add and show that, it could be just another way for you to remain, competitive and adopt strategic, operations, for yourself. Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much, Annette. Yeah, there's always so much that you can learn from associating with different people, even if they're in the same industry. Actually, there's still so much that we can learn from one another. Yeah, so we'll just close our meeting here for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing. And have a wonderful day and have a wonderful week ahead as well.
Thank you,
Thank
Linda.
you.
Bye.